it's a big question mark on it. Will anybody be a good NFL quarterback? It is a very difficult position. There are so many things you have to be able to weigh. So who knows if number one pick, the last pick is going to be a guy. But you look at the body of CJ, it's like, that's a guy.
I want to ask you this question. You were at the game. Everybody says Stetson Bennett's too small. You were on that field. Everybody says Stetson Bennett's too small, but everybody says Bryce Young's going to be the first pick. And I think Stetson Bennett's bigger than Bryce Young.
A lot of Purdy in Stetson, huh? A lot of Purdy in Stetson. And I think they're saying he's too small because have you seen that fucking Georgia offensive line, Lumbo? Lumbo, he's standing around giants. I mean, he's standing around giants down there with Kirby. Go ahead, AJ.
Lumbo, I was wanting to ask you about Stetson. So we were there. We got to see that guy play. Like he's special. His team responds to him as well, and he could sling the ball. Where do you think he ends up getting drafted? And like, couldn't this be one of those stories where all of a sudden the guy gets thrown in there, and we know he's a gamer. He wins games. Like, where? I guess from now until draft, what do you think is going to happen with him?
And does 25 matter?
I think he's going to move up the ladder, right? No, I don't, because I think, look, none of us have long lifespans in the NFL, right? There's no longevity in the NFL. Everybody getting fired after 2 years anyway. So I think he's improved more than any player I've seen in college football, and his arm's gotten stronger. I think what we see with Stetson Bennett is simply the marriage, right? You got to have, like with Brock Purdy, it's the perfect marriage. I sell this story in my new book, Football Done Right. When Bill Tobin was the general manager of the Bears, the morning of the draft in 1979, he kissed his wife and said, if Joe Montana's there, we're going to draft him in the third round. And she said, that's all we want to do. And so he went to work that day. He drafts Willie McClendon. I don't know why he did that. And it made his family. But Joe went to San Francisco. That was the perfect system. Joe's a great player. He could play anywhere. But that system highlighted Joe's talents, just like Brock Purdy highlights his talents in Kyle's system. I think a lot of this problems at quarterback is you're not marrying the system to the player. And I think for Stetson Bennett, that's going to be the conversation. I think he'll be a great backup quarterback in the league because he's smart, he's tough, he prepare like a starter, and eventually he could become one.
Well, he's a backup quarterback in college. Remember, they tried to cut him. He's a walk-on. He's been there, done that. He'd have that Heineke kind of mindset, it feels like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just here to ball. I'm having a good time. I'm going to go Zen, too, by the way. Let's just go ahead and do this. Loves ball. His teammates enjoy the hell out of him. He can spin it, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he can spin that thing, which is great for practice. And if he gets in a situation where he can do his thing, I would love to watch it.